You look different.
Why?
What's happening? You don't really look like you're dressed for Kenya.
It's because we're not in Kenya.
Yes, that's right. We are not in Kenya. We are coming to you from sunny but also slightly chilly Cromer in Norfolk.
Yeah, it's your home.
Well, Cromer's not my home.
But
Norfolk is my home in the UK. We're doing something a little bit different today. Not the kind of content that you would usually expect from us. That are used to watching our content, exploring Africa, predominantly Kenya, but other places in Africa as well. But today we wanted to show you something a little bit different, bring you home with us to the UK and show you what a beautiful day out looks like in the British summertime. So the first thing to note is that it is the beginning of the British summer, and for those of you that have never been to the UK before, this is what we're wearing. It's only just the start of summer. We're currently sitting at around, right now it's about 10 degrees, but in the daytime it's getting up to 15, 17 degrees. It's the first week of June still, so we've still got time for it to warm up. But one good thing about it being the British summertime is that you can come out. We left this morning at 6 o'clock in the morning and the sun was already fully up. We started our walk this morning at about 8 o'clock, right?
Yeah.
It is going to get warmer. Later you're going to see me without this jacket, but in a moment I'm going to tell you exactly what it is that we're here to do. So our journey today starts in the beautiful coastal town of Cromer, which is at the north tip of Norfolk. There's a very famous walking route here called the Norfolk Coastal Path. It's an 84-mile path around the Norfolk.
Miles.
We are not doing 84 miles, absolutely not. But we decided today to do a small section of about 7.5 miles. We may do about 7.5 miles and then we have to come back because this is where we park. But we're going to be walking today from the town of Cromer round to Sheringham and eventually to an area hopefully called Weybourne before turning around and coming back. Cromer and Sheringham are the two towns on the Norfolk coast, which is quite a nice little route to walk between. So you'll get to see a little bit of like traditional Norfolk coastal town as well.
I'm very excited.
Yeah, absolutely. Stay tuned, let's do it. All right, we're going for the road route. We realised there is no cliff route right here, so we're up in East Runton for a little bit of some road action.
Let's go.
We've finally seen our first little wooden sign for the Norfolk Coastal Path, and it brings you in through Wood Hill Park Caravan and Camping, and it's the first point where we've realized, like we've had a memory from when we did this 3 years ago, when we came and sat on this hill over here and drank our monsters and talked about life and what was next, and this was just before we ended up in Kenya. This walk has a lot of sentimental feelings to us, but we can also now see, once you come into the caravan park, you come all the way towards the cliff and we can start to see the actual path all the way to Sheringham. So from here, hopefully, it's going to be relatively straightforward. And this is the reason why a lot of this coastal path doesn't exist anymore, and you now have to do sections on the road because the cliffs are just eroding away. Norfolk is going through some serious coastal erosion at the moment, and lots of people
losing their houses.
Literally, people's houses are falling into the ocean, and that's nature. Who's your mate?
It's Margaret's mammoth, not mine.
It's Margaret's.
Margaret.
Okay, why is there a giant thing
I'm
of a
reading, you're not letting me read. North Norfolk's deep history coast is one of the best places in the world to find mammoth fossils because much of the area has sediments of the right age from the last 3 million years or so. So yeah.
Fantastic. You didn't read that at all.
Nothing there.
I've always wanted to go in a helicopter. Now I found my way. Welcome to the top of Beeston Hill. As soon as you're on the North Coast route, you'll be able to see this hill from either side. It's a beautiful hill, and if you can hear me through all the wind, you can kind of see all the way back to Cromer that way, and Sheringham, which is just down here, which means we're almost there. So yeah, it's a little steep.
Welcome to Sheringham. Your swimming shorts, by the way.
I don't need to, I'll just strip it down. Scare the children. Some crazy people going into this water right now. But we decided to stop and have a coffee. There are plenty of options of cute cafes and things to stop in here in Sheringham. So I don't know why we chose this particular one. But I wanted to sit outside, and the other ones, they're all like they have kind
cozy.
of small tea rooms. You call it cozy, I call it cramped.
No.
Whereas I wanted to sit outside in the fresh air,
anyway, we
have a coffee.
CD over here. And
coffees, chocolate chip shortbread.
Anyway, we're a bit offshore.
Offshore, right down on the front. So at the very least, you get a beautiful view.
Enjoy.
We have moved on from Sheringham. You keep going along the coast, along the cliffside, until you get to what is, I believe, Sheringham Golf Course, which we're now walking alongside. You got the golf course this side, and the cliffs and the sea this side. We're gonna crack on, but there's a nasty looking cloud heading towards us, and I really don't want to get wet. So let's see. So just seeing that train reminded me, it's one of the reasons that Sheringham, that we've just come from, is actually quite a cool place to visit. They actually have one of the original steam trains down there that you can take. They do like a coastal route.
I think we should do that.
Yeah, so they have like an old steam train, and they do like daily, in the summertime I think, they do daily trips along the coast. So we might actually do a video on that. We'll find out for you. But Sheringham itself, even if you're not going to come and do this coastal walk, I think Sheringham is a nice little town to visit for the day if you're in Norfolk.
I like it.
It's really cute, very like nostalgic, I would say.
Yeah.
With like lots of cafes, restaurants, pubs.
Tell me if when you were a kid you used to do this. Oh no, it's not working. Hang on. Hey.
We used to take these.
Yeah.
And then. Yeah. Oh, it didn't work.
Do you know what else you can do with these? So you put them in your mouth and you say like tractor or something like that. They end up going inside because the movement, you know, they can only go in one direction. I don't want to do it because I'll probably choke.
That sounds horrible.
Tractor. You see what I mean?
Welcome to our end location for today, which is
Weybourne.
So there's not actually much here in Weybourne by the beach. It's just kind of a big car park with some toilets.
Yeah, I didn't actually think that this is it. Like, this is what we're coming to.
But the reason we're stopping here is more based on a distance and time rather than what is significantly here. Because we're going to walk back, we're going to show you guys somewhere nice to get lunch in Sheringham, and then show you guys Cromer at the end as well. But Weybourne is about 7.5 miles from our first point today, from where we set off.
My legs are feeling it.
It'll be a 15-mile round trip for us today. And Ina's struggling because she's getting old, bless her. Ina, in a former life, was a historian and an archaeologist, and she's getting very interested in all of these signs about the Norfolk Coast Path. So she wants to share that knowledge with you guys.
It's very interesting that along the way there's a lot of information about like the kind of fossils, you know, that you can find along the way. And even though the foreshore at Weybourne doesn't look very exciting, it does have a lot of interesting stuff in it. So basically it has a lot of like fossilized remains from sea creatures like mollusks, walruses, whales, as well as land animals like rhinos, giant deer, mammoths. And I don't, you know, coming from Africa, I never thought that we used to have them here a very long time ago. So that's kind of cool. This area is the crag, basically, which is about 2 to 5 million years old. It was laid down just before the Ice Age. Very interesting. And you've got these kind of signs along the coast where you can read different bits of information about the past. So I think I'm going to quit YouTube and become an archaeologist.
You ready for lunch?
Absolutely. I've just devoured all the fruit in our bag.
It should be a terrible survival partner. She's eating all of my fruit as well. But we can now see Sheringham again in the distance since we've turned around. We're gonna stop, we're gonna find somewhere cool to take you guys for lunch before doing the final leg back to Cromer. Although, you know, at this point, hitchhiking is a definite possibility.
We've been talking a lot about hitchhiking.
But like maybe we could get the train back or hitchhiking. But no, I just want to say the walk itself it's not a challenging walk. It's actually a really nice stroll. But obviously it's a lot of, you know, 7.5 miles in each way is a big distance.
With a few stops.
Yeah, make sure you put your walking legs on. There wouldn't be a traditional Norfolk village visit without a traditional Norfolk tea room. So come to the Welk Coppers, which is actually just on the side of the cliff. We couldn't decide, like we were, should we get a pub grub? Should we get from one of the little vendors down there? And then we saw this tea room, and they've got a really nice menu, so we thought we'll come in here. They've got a cute little window seat, got some traditional tea room food. Anyway, the waitress is here. This is something that particularly our Kenyan viewers will find very confusing. This is a very traditionally British seaside town thing where you can own one of these little huts along the beach to keep all of your stuff in it. You're not allowed to stay in it, it's just to keep your things in, and they're in very high demand. I think there's a waiting list of like 10 years or more on these things. They're very rare, very hard to get, but yeah, these little seaside beach huts, you'll find them in certain seaside towns around the coast. I don't know anywhere else in the world that does them. If you know somewhere else in the world that has these huts, let us know. Maybe Italy? I don't know.
Let us know.
Alright, that's a wrap for Sheringham, and we are now headed back the last bit of the journey back towards Cromer. Last couple of miles now. There's gonna be a traditional English ice cream waiting for us at the other end. It's gonna be our reward.
That'll be a nice way to.
And maybe, because I've got a feeling we're gonna get back quite late, maybe a fish and chips dinner.
Why not?
Let's see, let's power through, and we'll see you when we get back to Cromer. Welcome back to Cromer! So we actually found the official route back. On the way there, we obviously went down onto the beach for the first bit. But when you first come to Cromer, you're meant to come through this big grassy car park up here on the cliff, which is when you then get to this, the official route for the North Coast. So now it is time to satisfy ourselves and celebrate the journey with a traditional British ice cream. Yeah, if they're open. It's like almost 5 p.m. now. We've been out since 6:30 in the morning. It was a nice day. Let's go get some ice cream.
It's definitely a whole day thing, isn't it?
Oh, 100%. You have a few options, but if you're going to go there and back the way that we did, you need the whole day. It's a good like 3 hours each way, really.
What time did we leave?
We left at about 8 o'clock from here in Cromer, and it's now 4 o'clock.
Wow.
Did I get some of yours?
Are you trying to?
All right, my ice cream lasted me all of about 60 seconds. Yours took a bit longer.
Yeah, I had to hike up to the car while eating ice cream.
So we timed it perfectly, by the way, guys, because we've just got in the car and it's raining. Yeah, we just wanted to actually make a quick note back there at the ice cream place we went to. They have a bubble machine blowing out into the alleyway, and it drew us in, which I told them, I was like, this is great marketing, because we actually walked past 3 other ice cream shops, and it was the bubbles and the fact that we were looking for something local. They get a lot of their ice creams from a local brand here in North Norfolk, so we wanted to make sure we had something local and it wasn't just your typical stuff that you can get anywhere.
And it's family run.
And yeah, they're a couple, a man and a woman, and they are super friendly, very helpful, and I couldn't decide between 2 ice creams, so he very kindly was like, let's go half and half. So
and then when we tried to take a little video at the end, they turned on the bubbles.
They turned the bubbles on so we could, yeah. They're very, very cool, and they also do ice creams for dogs there somehow.
That is interesting.
Yeah,
I guess
so
it's a nice way for the dogs to cool off.
Definitely recommended. It's on the little street that's just going straight down to the pier there. Check them out. You'll see the name of the shop in the video. Highly recommended. But we are here. We have done our 15-mile round trip from Cromer through Sheringham onto Weybourne and back, and that was good. It was nice to get out, get some fresh air. We both got really chapped lips.
Bring a lip balm.
Bring a lip balm. The wind was battering us, but yeah, it was really nice, and hopefully you guys enjoyed coming along with us. I know it's not our typical content. There was one more thing I wanted to mention. This is a bit boring. Parking. There's lots of paid parking here in Cromer. I would suggest coming early, like we did. We were here by 7 o'clock. Let's say 7:30. We were here. The lay-by along the side of the main road, which is where we're parked right now, like this. You've got a car park over here, paid. There's a car park down there, paid. These lay-bys completely free. There's no signs up or anything to say otherwise. I haven't seen anyone getting any tickets. So this was a free parking all day, which was amazing. On a weekend as well. Right? Yeah, you don't find that anywhere, especially on the weekend. So highly recommend parking up on the side of the road. Hopefully you've enjoyed this little mini Norfolk coastal adventure with us today.
If you're new, because you found us through this video, you should join our adventures, because we post a lot of content around.
If you want to see some cool Africa content,
Kenya, Africa,
we've got some bunch of stuff in Thailand and more to come as well. We show you the world through our family travels, so please join us on those adventures. If you enjoyed the video, no matter who you are and where you've come from, please don't forget to click that like button. If you are new to the channel, please, if you like the content, subscribe, watch some more videos, join our little community and help us grow, and hopefully we can keep doing this and bring more videos. And if you have any cool UK coastal walks that you've done, or anything that you think that we should check out that's nearby, we're in Norfolk right now. Her family live in Northampton, so if you're between those 2 places, if you've done some epic walks and you think that we should put it on the channel, let us know in the comments down below. And we need to drive back an hour to my mum's now, so I guess we'll see you next time.